How do you know if you're in love? When it feels like home. 100% truth. My so went on a 3-day trip with her sister, and I was super excited for alone time to play video games and not have to do anything. By the end of the first day I was so bored, and the apartment didn't feel right. By day 3 I was watching the clock just waiting for the time she would be back, and when she was close I was watching out the window because I was so excited she was finally coming home. Uh-oh. The dog has gained access to the internet again. On the internet no one knows your dog. I feel like this is a Tom Lehrer lyric, but I can't remember or find it, and it is frustrating me. You'll know when you are in love when their mere presence puts you at ease. When you'll admit even your worst fears and traits without hesitation, and accept this without question. When even on the worst day of your relationship you know that you want to be with them. When you put your ego and stubbornness aside and solve any issues that come up between you. When you want to tell every detail of your day the second you see them. Spot F on. Been married for 20 years and this is how I felt at first and how I still feel. It was like puzzle pieces fitting together. All my funky and weird edges fit perfectly with his funky and weird edges, and it felt like nothing ever had before. I think it's the closest thing to unconditional love we as humans can get. That's it. I'm buying a ring as soon as I can afford it. I found my soulmate. No doubt in my mind she's the one. I mean, she farts and blames it on me. How could I not marry her? Congrats mate. And I hope that you both will stay happy for the long time. You're willing to give them your favorite food, even if it means you won't get to have it for yourself. You'll let her eat your fries after she said she wasn't hungry and didn't order any. Love is ordering an extra side of fries anyway knowing yours will be eaten by her and just laughing without any anger. I leveled up dramatically as a husband when I realized that I can, in fact, read her mind. Mayo I knew my so, and I had hit long-term status when one day we were just hanging out in our room, at our respective desks doing our own things and I sighed to myself. That man looked over at me and without blinking, goes I'm guessing that means you want local favorite food place. I knew right then and there no one else would understand me better than him Lomfeo. I knew I was in love the moment I could just exist with her, not having to do anything, but just being totally and peacefully comfortable sharing even a silent moment together. That's rare for me. That's sweet. Are you still with her to this day? Fuck yeah bud. We share a place together now. Shit's good yo. Proud of both of ya. I remember in high school, always being physically attracted to girls. I found things about them that I loved. I often didn't know anything about them. I just knew what they looked like and acted like. And that was enough for me. It wasn't until after college that I found a girl I truly cared for. I wanted her to be happy. I cared what happened to her that day. I wanted to know what she dreamt about, what she was feeling, everything. I realized there was this new level of giveress that I had reached, and that sort of thing is a foundation worth building a relationship on. Did anything work out with the two of you? We dated for a few years. We broke up, and I'm still not sure that it was the right move. She might still be floating around here on Reddit somewhere. When all the new wears off, you don't have butterflies every time they call or text or you know you're going to see them. You're not getting all giddy about firsts in your relationship. You're no longer both on your best behavior. You can see their faults and let them see yours. You've survived a few disagreements. You're not boning every time you catch some alone time. The sex isn't mind-blowing every single time. And after all that, they're still your favorite person. They still think the sun shines out your ass. You still do things for each other, for the simple joy of making them happy. The absence of the rose-colored glasses of new lust hasn't been replaced with resentment. It has evolved into comfort, stability, and security with that person. Beautifully said. This has given me confidence in my long-term relationship. There are enough stories in the world that made me believe. When the relationship is not a trade of needs, you want to make the other person happy without wanting a return. Seeing them happy is the reward. Seeing happy and doing the respect is the best thing in the relationship. When you catch yourself just looking at them, filled with gratitude, and you can't see your life without them. Sounds corny as hell, but I had a dream in which I was holding her hand, and I woke up smiling. It's the first time that happened in the past decade. God damn it. This happened to me recently. Just let me live in denial. First, learn the difference between love, lust, attraction, like, horny, agreed. Some people are too quick to say I love you, when maybe they are in great appreciation for something. I've seen where people jump too quickly to want to love because they weren't always valued. So when someone solid comes along and has their back, they may wish to hang on to having support like that, and in an attempt to lock it down go straight for the I love you. I had my own personal experience too. I didn't intentionally wish to be rude. I did not reply I love you back. I understood this person was in between a rock and a hard place, also understood that infatuation is usually a huge part of the beginning stages of a relationship, and felt maybe he was in that stage. I felt it better to wait and to see how the relationship continued to go. Did it move in a direction of building a foundation for a real relationship, or would it begin to waver towards not working out? I will admit it's difficult to spot when someone is in it for safety or convenience once a person gets completely infatuated. For me, a lot of attraction in the beginning and infatuated. I have trust issues. Hadn't seen a lot of healthy relationships or marriages that worked it out, put in the work. As examples, while growing up, enjoyed the lust and horniness and getting to know one another. Love for me came within a year. Is there a time frame for when it is too early to say I love you? Great comment. I've just gotten a handle on myself in a new relationship that's going to take an extended time to fully bear fruit. After getting a heartbreak, hard for me to actually find a new one. 1. Doing boring activities like getting groceries or chores suddenly become fun when they are around. 2. You just know. Backquote. 2. You just know. Yeah, you know when it's love. Ain't no way to explain true love, you just know. The literal perfect answer in my opinion is this one. For some reason you just do, and it comes at some weirder moment, maybe when you're getting in your car or just grabbing something from the fridge, and they just are in your mind when other people before just weren't. When you feel like you missed an important ritual the day you don't see or talk to them. I have that every time we don't sleep together. Like if she's traveling or something. I'm used to cuddling her and massaging her forehead and feet. If I don't do that, I feel weird and I feel like I'm not at my right place. When your feelings are stronger a year in than when you first started dating and have the honeymoon phase. Symptoms include when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, when the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine. That's amour. When you hear it explained why the ice caps have waned. That's Al Gore. When your mood is switched from bad to super good whenever you see/hear the person, and especially when could leave anything just to be with her. Not true. That phase wears off pretty quick. Love is not an emotion, it's action. If it's someone you think about all the time, that you'd do anything for, who you are willing to go through rough times with and be understanding and supportive to, that's love. Well said. Thanks. No problem. When you have someone in your mind while asking that exact question you just posted, or it's because Op is not in love but is asking it out of desperation, or because his partner loves them but Op doesn't really love their partner. Are you okay, Greg? My boy Greg is down bad. You guys are cracking me up. When I would gladly make small sacrifices like giving him the bigger slice, better pillow and window seat without bitterness or regret. If the thought of them vanishing from your life suddenly is enough to cause you to shudder internally while trying to rid yourself of the thought, that's a pretty damned good indicator right there. I thought I was broken because I'd fall in love easily, then get bored after a couple of years and fall out of love just as quick. It made me distrust myself, and I was sure I'd never truly settle down with someone. After my husband and I had been together for a while, I remember having the thought, I better die first. In past relationships, I had always pictured the other person in my future, and had wanted them in my future, but could also envision a future without them that wasn't miserable. The thought of living another 50 years without my husband is my nightmare. When you appreciate even the smallest cute things they do. I think about him all the time. and feel like feathers tickling my insides. That's some Taco Bell hun. Correct answer. When you are constantly thinking about that person, not only in a sexual way, you just feel connected when you're around them. It's all about energy. I was spooning my fiancée last night and she let the most devilish toot rip onto my dick. I wasn't entirely disgusted, so I guess I love her. Classic. You don't want to be apart from them, and when you are you miss them desperately. I'm really feeling for the guys who is the long distance relationship. The desire to wake up next to them in the morning, not go to bed with them. Sometimes when you just know, they should write a song about love. Right, I already have. You'll do all the crazy things that you can't explain. You'll shoot the moon, put out the sun, when you love someone, and you'll run to them in the summer of '69. All I just want to stay with her, no matter the time of the life. Like today, she knows I'm exhausted from not sleeping, been on baby duty for a long while, because she have started a new job, and need the rest at night. Today she has a day off, and let me rest in the sofa, while she takes care of everything at home. But she keeps talking to me, asking me things, bugging me and won't let me just sleep. And I'm okay with that, because as soon as she stopped for a few minutes, I feel alone and sad. When you wanna sit by them always. When you feel like part of your heart leaves you, when your partner has to go away for a while, when you care more about their happiness than your own.